All right, in today's video, we're gonna build some of those viral wooden Christmas trees that you see everywhere. They're even selling on Etsy for 50 bucks for a 2x4. But you know what? We're gonna make one. So let's grab our board, we'll start sketching out the design, and then we can start building. All right, now that we've got our whiteboard out, we can start sketching out our plans for this Christmas tree. Now I did find a set online, so we're just gonna go with this one. And you're just gonna have to see just how bad my drawing is, all right? Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces of wood. These are all 12 inches long. They're all cut with a 22.5-degree angle, except for this one and this one. Those are both going to be a 45-degree angle. That's going to be a 45-degree angle, both sides. This guy's also 12 inches. I believe this guy's going to be 14 inches. So they're all going to be 12 inches except for that guy. So luckily, I've got a whole bunch of wood in my scrap pile, as you can see here. Let's head to the miter saw and get it going. Okay, now that we've got our miter saw all set up, we've got it turned to 22.5 degrees, and we've got our stop block right here that's going to give us repeatable cuts. So we're going to need 4 of these to start with, and then we'll get to the tops because we'll have to put a 45-degree on those. All right, now we've got those pieces cut, and you can tell we sort of have a Christmas tree here. We also have the base cut. However, I couldn't really tell by the picture online on how long this one is. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and start attaching all of these. We'll work our way down. Once this is firm, then I'll just measure and cut another one and then put the base on. So the overlap is gonna be about 2 inches on every one of these connectors. So we'll get basically this side done and this side done, and then we'll screw them together at the top, and then we'll know what to do at the bottom. Let's go. Now, I can take this measurement and I'll know what to cut. And if you guys just saw my video about Christmas gifts, pencils. Everyone needs pencils. Okay, we'll go ahead and cut this out on the miter saw. We can get this on, our stand on, and we're basically done. Outside, we're gonna go ahead and paint this to make it look super cool. So let's get this done. First Christmas tree complete. And what do you know? Stands up perfectly. Okay, Now what we're gonna do now, we are gonna just take a sander and just lightly clean it up a little bit because we're gonna paint this, so I'm not trying to make it perfect. So we'll do some sanding, we'll get some painting, we'll move on to our next one. All right, we went ahead and took that Christmas tree outside and painted it. Now while that dries, we're gonna work on our next one. The next one I've actually wanted to do for a couple of years, and that is, if you've ever seen it, is a spiral Christmas tree. A whole bunch of slats of wood, and you kind of turn it up. So when I picked up a bundle of some furring strips and probably a way too nice of a pipe, got a half-inch pipe here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do it a little bit different because I don't have the measurements, I don't know anything about it. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna work on cutting 1 inch at a time and then just working my way down. So I'll do a 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, and repeating all the way down until either I use up this whole pole or I run out of wood. One of the two things is gonna happen, but that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna be at the miter saw for quite a long time. Let's go.
One eternity later.
All right, we've got all of our slats cut. We've got a 3/4 inch hole through all of them. And now it's time to make the base. And I've got this really good beefy piece of 2x6 that's at least 40 years old. We're gonna go ahead and use that. But what I'm gonna do, I went ahead and cut another one. We're gonna make kind of like a little cross pattern, but we're gonna use pocket holes. So, let's get out our pocket hole jig. Now we've got a very, very sturdy base. And we also still have to make a star. So one, let's just make sure all this works. All right, well, we've got our base made. We've got our rod in. Now we're gonna go ahead and put all those slats in to see if this thing even works. Interesting. It looks like if a Christmas tree had a baby with a double helix. I'm not mad at it, but I just don't know. All right, well, the first spiral didn't really work out, but once I kind of spread everything out, it looks way better. Looks like a pretty legit Christmas tree here. So I just consulted with Miss Fagan. She approves. Now I just need to make a star so I can gauge how tall to cut the rod. So we're gonna work on the star first. We'll get that cut and then we'll cut the rod off. Spiral tree for the win. All right, we've got our 2 Christmas trees completed. We've got our scrap 2x4 Christmas tree completed. We've got this one painted green, turned out fantastic. I think my wife's actually gonna take some lights and put on there. That should look really cool. And then we've got the viral spiral Christmas tree completed. This thing looks awesome. Now, initially, you guys saw when you kind of turn it, it just didn't look that good. I wasn't a big fan of that at all. So once you kind of turn it a little bit more, this thing looks absolutely gorgeous. So it is, it's not painted yet. It took forever just to sand it down. So we are gonna paint it green to match this, and we're gonna do a gold star on top. We're actually gonna keep this one outside, so that should look really cool. I think we'll paint the base black. But either way, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching today's video. It was a nice quick one-day build. Hopefully it inspires you to take some scrap wood and make some cool Christmas decor. Until next time.